Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 10th episode. I'm going to be working on loading chunks, so let's get started. I've got something working already, so let's see what I've been doing so far. So we got some chunk loading. It's a bit broken so far. So I've created this sine wave world, which just shows me how the continuity of the space is. And right now it's only loading chunks. By the way, I've did some changes while I was offline. Just for the sake of my sanity, I'm gonna go through some of the changes that I made, which is mostly about the coordinate system. So far, everything was kind of random, and for some reason I've decided that I would keep the height as a y, and x, no, actually as a z, and x and y. It was easier for me at the beginning. Let me get my surface drawing. We can do some sketching, some sketchy sketches. Yeah, no worries, 42X gamer. You're always welcome. And if you want, you can grab the source code. It's on GitHub. You can mess with it. So what I've done so far is that I thought it was a good idea to have oh well, so many arrows in my streams. I thought it was a good idea to have this as a Y, X, and somehow Z and height. Yeah, but this is not great for Vulkan, because at some point it gets a bit too messy, and yeah, everyone's just you. You are the everyone of this stream. Well, I mean, there will be someone watching afterwards, so I don't expect everybody to be awake at this time. The whole world crumbled into singularity. Yeah, this was just garbage. Don't do this. Instead, I did something unexpected. So I've asked ChatGPT what is the sane option to have something that works. So my combination is that I'm using Vulkan, and Vulkan is, so the Vulkan coordinate system goes like this. This is a camera, and this is Z, and it's Z plus, goes like into the screen. And then you have X, well, at least this is the one that everyone agrees. This is X plus that goes on the right, and Y goes down. And this is like, why did you make Y that's going down? So this is Y plus and it's going down. I mean, it could make sense because gravity, but still, like when you want to build something and then it grows negatively, it's just like not really good to have things that grow negative upwards. So what I did, I've changed the way the perspective matrix is created. Where is it? So here, so this is the left-handed 0 to 1 NDC perspective matrix, and then I flip the Y. So I now have something that is more DirectX, in which you have the Z forward going positive, and then the X is fine, and then the Y goes upward. So this is really good because then I can just make everything positive, and it works very well for loops. And so I also changed my loops in the generation code. Let's see if I can make this a bit bigger and change font size. Or let me try this fancy tool that I just okay. So this doesn't look very good. Where's my cursor? Okay, no worries. Like this. Okay, kind of. Not great. And the soft keyboard's still on the way. Okay, no, I didn't want this one either. Yeah, let's just make the font bigger. Okay. Anyway, everyone can read this. So where did I change things? It's been a while since the last time I've committed, so this is getting very dirty. So there are changes scattered all over the places. All right. So anyway, yeah, sometimes I just try to read the chat, but sorry if I'm late replying. but I have to deep dive into the code. So you are also keeping the chat rate active. Take mode, the chunk generation. Yeah, probably. I've saved some of the bookmarks here so I can jump around the code, and at some point I will have to refactor this. So now I can just start by slicing vertically and start with a bigger loop, which is on the plane where the y grows. Wait, where is the cursor? Okay, I can draw on the screen, but I don't see that. This is not great. So I can draw on the screen, but I don't see where I'm drawing. Let's try this again. Yeah, no, that is just no. Yeah, I have to work on this feature. I just downloaded the Power Toys. Is this one? No. Yeah, this one, but it's not working as I expected. So I can draw on the screen, but I don't see what I'm drawing. No, nope, nope. Yeah, no, that is not working right now. Okay, never mind. I can just keep drawing on my whiteboard. So the y is growing up. So for each slice of the world, I then go for every what is you call this column row, for every row, and then for every row I just go it's basically looping like this, and then go back and then go okay, so this is the direction I'm going now. I've changed everything and everything is matching now. And so how is the terrain generated? This is also something that I've done while offline. So I created the generator. At the beginning it was intended to be just flat. But that's quite easy. I can just make the terrain height to a constant 0. And that should load in as a flat surface. And bada boom. So we have a flat surface. Actually, this is a bit easier to see what the sectors look like. And it's full of holes. I somehow messed up one of the faces. So there is a problem in winding, I presume. So from the bottom, everything it looks fine. The top face is wrong. Shouldn't be too hard to fix. So what is happening now is that I'm on this chunk, and it's gonna try to load the chunks that are adjacent. So if I go into that one, it's gonna load the next chunks, and the same goes if I go there. So how did this work? It took me some time, but it all starts with the generate function. No, actually, where do I generate? Is this the, yeah, no, this is not the place. So I should go into the initialization step of the app base. Okay, so there are a few new variables. So there is the camera sector, which is an integer of the camera. So the world is divided into sectors, and for now is like 1 meter, 1 square meter, or 1 cube meters. And this is the origin of the world. Yeah, there is an origin of the world, of the universe at this point. And every sector is like 1 by 1. and so on and so forth. It's just easy to make calculations. It's probably not a good idea. Anyway, I can just scale everything at some point. So this is the sector I'm leaving in, and when I move to a slightly yeah, I also put some ways that it's not going to jump back and forth between sectors for numerical errors. So what happens is that during the checking, so in the update, so it's going to check whether this is 0 for every sector. So I just added a displacement of 0.5. Otherwise, the sector's 0 point is this. So 0 is this, and then, okay. So by adding 0.5 in, oh man, how do I disable this functionality? Can you not just do anything? Maybe it's the wrong Microsoft Whiteboard. Oh, that sounds sexy. What is it? Just open it. I don't want you to pin it. Oh, I open it from here. Whoa. You have to sign. Okay, thanks. I don't have it. No problem. We can do without. Is the stream still working? Yeah, I have to check. YouTube is portraying me as top fan. You are a top fan. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't have badges. Top fans. Oh, there is a button. Top fan. Yeah, you are number 1. And that's it. Well, you are first and last at this point in time. But it also says 2 views, so somebody just got in and left. Maybe it was just me. Yeah, it probably was me checking on the stream. So it is you and me currently watching, and I'm also streaming. Yeah, okay, so let's get back to the code. So if distance is bigger than 0.5, which is above the corner of, not the corner, the edge. Can I zoom in a little bit? I'm doing things too small. So this is the edge at 1. That's not the one. This is 0.5 because 0 is here. So this is going to be 0.5. And of course, we don't want to jump back and forth. So I've set the threshold to be 0.6, which is slightly above. And whenever this is crossed, I'm going to be teleported to the sector 1. And once I'm in the sector 1, the new threshold will, not green again, the new threshold is going to be moved to 0.6 on this side. So whenever I move here, I will have to travel a bit further away. And so there is this gray area where nothing really happens, and that is known as hysteresis cycle, something like that I remember, that I recall from electronic class. So in order not to have something that bounces back and forth, you have 2 curves, which are, is this how it's supposed to be? No, I don't remember what was the curve. Yeah, well, never mind. Should I waste time on this? Yeah, probably. I should. There is a cycle. How do I spell cycle? Is there a cycle? Yeah, it is. Hysteresis cycle. Okay, it's a hysteresis cycle. Yeah, it works like this. You have two functions. One for going up, and one for coming back down. Let's try the whiteboard once again. Yeah, okay, I lost my... So the first time you go up here, and then... No, so that's wrong. Actually, the first time you go up here from here, and then when you come back, you go down from here. So this is a safe area. Oops, not, yeah. This is a safe area where nothing really happens. So if you are, and the same, that is the same goes with a thermostat of your house. It's not gonna turn off and on while it's in the middle there, because the temperature will vary quite a lot in that area. It's a continuous function after all. Okay, good. So enough of this off topic. Let's go back to the actual code. So okay, so this is the update chunks function. It's gonna check whether I'm in a new sector, and if I'm in a new sector, it will just move the camera sector and then call generate chunks. Generate chunks is gonna run continuously. There are probably better ways of doing that, because I'm generating neighbors for nothing. Or maybe not. So this is going to generate the neighbors. So the neighbors is just a bunch of coordinates. Let's say this is 5. I'm just going to take one coordinate. And then the neighbors is gonna create what is it called in math? The around of something. The neighbors, yeah, the neighbors. Okay, so this is gonna have like 5, 4, and 6, and I don't know, and whatever, 1, 2, and 3, and then 7, 8, and 9. This is gonna give me a list of all the sectors that are needed, and it's gonna check if they are already present, and if they are, it's not gonna do anything, and if they are not, it's gonna generate. But there is no logic for discarding anything, and this is why we can load in chunks, but then after some time it's probably gonna explode. That's not nice, but it's better than not having anything. And we can walk indefinitely, well, until the memory runs out. And this is chunks loading. So how do we unload things that are not needed then? I guess I might keep I could probably find a way to measure the distance. Or I can sort. Yeah, I can sort by distance. What is defined as a distance for each dimension? Yeah, I can probably check for each dimension and the number of sectors. So that should be a threshold. The first I want to create. Let me get rid of the drawing tablet. So first I want to create a list of potentials, like the sectors. Yeah, I need to sort these, or I could just let me see. Should I replace any of so this checks if the error is present, okay? And if it's not, what should happen? If it's not, it's gonna check how many chunks are in there already. So let's work on this vector size. So you're gonna say if the number of chunks already present is less than so how many neighbors do we want to keep? So the generated neighbors, it's going to be, oh yeah, I said that. So it's going to be one neighbor. And so the number of chunks that I need to fill this in is going to be a U in 32. Okay, let's make this as a variable. Number of variable. That's just going to be neighbors. No, that's already exist. Distance. No, that's not a good name. Neighbors span. I don't know. Neighbors span. That's gonna be an unsigned integer. How do you spell neighbors? Neighbors. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And that's gonna be 1. And using that into so the neighbors span. And now the chunks count. It's going to be neighbors span plus 1. No, times 2. How do you turn it into times 2 plus 1? Probably, yeah. Times 2 plus 1. And then this is a cube, so I'll need to power it to 3. That's gonna be the number of chunks that I need. Cool. Number of chunks. So if we didn't reach the maximum chunks that we want to have loaded, then we can keep loading stuff. Let's see if this is the correct behavior. So the break, what is the break for? That's just for loading while for loading the scene 1 chunk per frame, so it doesn't get stuck. Okay, we're getting good, and it is not loading any more chunks. So now the next bit of logic is that if this is not the case, else we need to discard something. Discard old chunk. I'm gonna quickly check if this works. I usually see more viewers at this time, so it's I start a bit too early, I guess. I don't know. I just like to be very early bird. So okay, let's check at the logs. Okay, discard old chunk, please. Cool. Okay, so if you're not in this position, then it really needs something to happen. So it's begging for space. Wait, I'm a bit lost. Why did I? Okay, So this is where we want to find find a chunk that is not within the range that I need, or find let's see, for every sector in the neighbors. Maybe I should do this reversed. So I should find all the sectors that are not needed by the neighbors. So let's say we have a bunch of neighbors, which is like this here. Add those neighbors, and what we have is instead in memory is that these are the chunks that are currently loaded. So what should I check is for each neighbor, is there for each of these. We can already find it if it's already there, but if it's not, else, I can say here else. Is it redundant? Okay. I thought it was clever. It's not. So I don't want to create too many variables around. Can we do the same in here? So for every neighbor, can I find a sector? Or let's say, for every chunk, is it in the neighborhood? Yeah, that sounds like a more sane way to go. And I just want to remember the indices, but also do that only if we are not in this situation, because otherwise we don't need to load in any. No, do we? Yeah. Well, now let's just create a vector of indices, chunk indices. Yeah, chunk indices to be removed, but I don't want to make super long variables. Chunk indices. So for every chunk for that's not the chunks count, but the current chunks that are in the vector. For each of these, I want to check if it's okay. I can use this function already. If the chunks i.sector, so it's gonna find range find for each ID. So this is gonna find if there is, wait, no, no, I didn't want, not on this, but on the neighbors. Okay, so find in the neighbors vector, which is all sectors, so I don't need a projection. So find if it's in the neighbors. Okay, and if it's in the neighbors, what do we want to do? Clear it, maybe? What is the same thing to do? Nothing, maybe? Or just chunk indices. Yeah, let's just place it in there. And that's going to be the index of our chunk that can go. So if we have too many, then we're going to do the same job, but instead of placing, I'm gonna just get the index of one of these chunks indices. And I need to count them as well. Or maybe I can use a DQ. DQ. Okay. But it's not defined. Can you define it for me? Okay. So I should have it now. So instead I've used, I'm gonna use a Q. So that's going to be place back. So I'm gonna need to use the back first. And the chunk will be, how did I call it? Chunk indices dot back. Okay, we use one, and then chunk indices, chunk indices dot pop back. So we remove it, and do we have enough? Well, we should have enough. We should. Yeah. Because if we run out of indices, free indices, then we're gonna crash really, real hard. But let's instead just say that chunk ind. No, stop. No, what are you doing? If chunk indices, if we have indices, or let's just put this here. Else if chunk indices is greater than 0, if we still have chunk indices. Yeah. Okay, that should protect us from not having anything to use. What is work? Will it work? That's the always question. When you write a bunch of code, will it work? Well, something is rendering. And I move it. We changed, and nothing happens. And nothing happens. Discard all chunk. So it is doing something, but it's not also doing anything. Create. So can I create? Oh, what? Create. So chunk is that. So that's the chunk. It might be because I'm trying to create it twice. Is it the case? And why is it also trying to do it so many times? I feel like I'm wasting so much memory. Why are you trying to do it so many times? So we got the chunks. Let me stop here the first time it needs. So we get everything. Wait, why are you already spamming that message? Oh, because I was, yeah, I'm debugging, so this one is useless. Yeah, it's always that is the question. Okay, let me move. We changed sector. Do we have any free chunk indices? We have 12 indices, 12 free indices, which is expected because in total, how many indices do we have in total? So with a span of 1, it's 27. So it is expected to be 27 for, let's do some math. 27 minus, if we remove the ones that we have already good, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 8. Oh, that should be 19. And why is it just 12? So we no, I moved. Okay, let's say I moved here. It should be the same. It should be the same. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Well, why is it? Whoops. Why? 12. It should be 19. 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. 50. Oh, wow. This is accursed. Ah, because I didn't move. Okay, yeah, I didn't move vertically. So there should be an overlapping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. There should be 15 then. Free spaces. Because there are 3 layers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. And it's not 15, is it? It's 12. Why is it 12? And the number of chunks, yeah, that is correct. At least we are getting 27 neighbors. We currently have how many chunks? 27. That is also correct. And it's saying that we have 12 free. 12 free. And 0 should not be free. Wait. I'm only getting the one that are the same. So these should be not. Find the not. No, I need the reverse. Okay. I need the reverse. So the reverse should be, yeah, equal to end. Yeah, what a weird thought. Yeah, that's what happens when you copy paste. When you copy pasta some code, you think it's gonna be fine, but then the logic's completely different and you're still stuck with the same. So this is okay, this is moving now, and 15, yeah, as expected, 15 is the right number. It's gonna load in some more stuff. I just need to clean up the old data and replace it with the new data. But let's see if this is actually working. Is it loading new chunks? No, it's not loading new chunks. But it's unloading old chunks. That is okay. That is fine. Well, it is doing something. It's not doing the proper thing, but it's doing something. So why are you not creating the chunks that I want? I definitely say create chunks back create. Okay, so it could it just be because of the init function? So in the init function, am I doing something dumb? So that is generate chunks, and that is fine. Yeah, no, nothing is really happening here. So the generate chunks can even not be there at all. That should still work, and we should get the iterative generation anyway. Yeah, so as you can see, they pop in. So that's fine. What is not fine cheers, mate. I appreciate your collaboration. You'll be the OG of the stream. Generate chunks. I will reward you with a free copy of the game if it will be ever finished. It's gonna be a long wait though, chunks, because nothing is working right now. And wait till we get to something more complicated. So old chunk. There is something dumb, I'm pretty sure. That is great. I don't see the likes at the moment, but I will see it later. Chunks indices. What is wrong? Chunks. We got the chunks. Should I clear the chunk? So I get the reference to the chunk. And then I pop the old index. Let's recreate the chunk. Chunk is... Wait. What are chunks? I forgot. Okay, it's just a vector of chunks. So I'm gonna create a new chunk. Hey Marcel. Welcome to the stream. And thanks for the like. You are already the greatest community I could ever imagine. If only this thing works. So at the beginning of the stream, I had the chunk loading working. And at the end of the stream, I'm going to have the chunk unloading working. But I hope at some point I will have both working at the same time. I don't think that's too much to ask. Do chunk count. There is something. I need to find that. Mesh generate. So the sector should be changing. And then when I'm discarding a new discard old sector, old chunk. I need more info at this point. Or let me just debug. Move it a little. So we have a chunk data, okay, generated. What is the sector we are in? X -2. Is it minus? Everything is -1. Travel to sector. Wait. Oh, this is the neighbors. Oh, okay, it's loading all the different neighbors, okay. -2, -1, and -1. The set, oh, it's the set index, okay. That is what is wrong. So the set index, it's assigned when it is created, but it should not be always the size, because at some point the size will be fixed. And instead, we're gonna need to use the chunk index. So this is probably not needed, but what I need is this piece of data, which can probably be the set index, or let's just call it chunk index. And this little piece of const data chunk index is the back, and we free that. So this is the index, and the set index is going to be the chunk index, and the same goes there. Cool. This should work. So I was missing the set index. And what is the set index? The set index is just the index of the data that's going to be piped into the shader. So the set index is used here. So this is an array of uniform objects, and the uniform object is just the per object buffer, which is defined here. So per object buffer is going to be the chunk transform, and then the color and some stuff that I've added. The selected one, which helps me highlight the one that I'm in for debugging purpose, and then some padding because I didn't want to deal with indexing buffer offset alignment, which is a thing. Maybe I will review that later. But let's see if that was actually the case. So I'm gonna load in. Ooh, this feels nice. It feels nice. Okay, I would say it is loading pretty fast. It's not that bad. I thought it was going to be a bit slower. It is, yeah, it's doing a great job. Well, of course, it's the neighborhood is probably not too far away from the center. Maybe I can increase the neighborhood to, I don't know, 2. So 2 is going to be, yeah, not a lot. Okay, it's taking a little bit at the beginning and then loading in. I don't really notice any lag spike, which is nice. So far, everything is running kind of smoothly, which is cool. And let me bring back the actual chunk generation to make a bit more interesting of a terrain. So instead of a constant, I want to make something a bit more interesting. So the cosine, and then I'm going to multiply it by the sine sing. That would be a nice function. The sine of the normalized coordinate times y. And I'm going to give it the frequency of, I don't know, 10, just to make it so they're not aligned in a wave. Let's do 20. That should be good enough. And what? What is this? That is unexpected. Yeah, that's, what? It looks on purpose, but it's not. What happened there? Did I mess the function? Yeah, this looks fine. Sine times 10. Let me just make it a bit simpler. I know this worked earlier. Okay, this is working. This is what I was expecting. What happened? Oh wait, no. I got confused with the actual axis. So I kept using y as a depth axis, but instead now it's z because I refactored everything, and it's more in line with the graphics engine. And I'm using the DirectX HLSL convention, which I explained earlier, which is this thing. No, how do I move? Right. So this is the coordinate that I'm. No, not that one. This is the old one. So this is the new one. Is this the new one? Yeah, this is the new one. So this is gonna go like this. Z is pointing forward in the positive axis, and then this is gonna be y positive, and this is x positive. I have the feeling that I did already here. Yeah, I did it already here, and this makes it a bit easier to generate things because they are all going in the right direction. So y grows upwards and z grows in the screen, and x is always the same. So that's good. At least there is something that graphics programming have agreed upon. Okay. Is this it? So the frequency maybe is a bit too much. Yeah, it is too much. So 20 is too much. Maybe I can lower this down to 1 or 2, 2 and 5. Yeah, they were a bit too much. Okay. Yeah, this looks a bit more of a terrain. I'm still bothered by this face. And I want to address it right now because this is not looking good. Even though the terrain is loading. Okay. And yeah, I feel quite satisfied for now. Can navigate, and it feels like it's an infinite world. And the icon, oh boy, the icon, not the icon again. I forgot to do the icon thing. So the icon first. Yeah, this is something that I've been delaying so long, and it's super easy. It's just the window creation, which should be in the platform window. So the Windows creation, that should be here, something about the icon, which is called edge icon. Or is it not? It's cursor. Yeah, that's cursor. And the cursor is class name. So class name is before or after? So this is class name and the cursor is before. After instance. Okay, so that should be here. Designated initializers require you to be in the same order as they are declared. So icon, not icon, cursor, dude. It says 5 concurrent viewers. So there must be someone else. So edge cursor is going to be load cursor. Cursor and arrow. Yeah, that's fine. Also, the icon is really ugly. Hey, Metsusko. What's up? Graphics engine programming. It's up. Welcome to the stream. Brief introduction on making a game in Vulkan. It's gonna be. This has been. Hey, welcome, Echelon. This has been recommended. Thanks to the algorithm, then. I really want more recommendation. I mean, it's just up to you, to be honest. If you enjoy this, I'm happy. Otherwise, I'm happy anyway because I'm doing what I like, which is graphics programming. So we have a nice cursor icon that is not going dumb anymore, but I'm a bit bothered by this icon. Oh, you're teaching. Nice. I taught for some time. But it was a COVID time, so everyone was at home and teaching graphics programming over Zoom. That was hard because I couldn't see the faces of the people, like blank faces, and everyone asked if someone had questions. It was like blank, like nothing. Nobody ever had questions, and that was worrying. Because when you talk about matrices and nobody has questions, like, oh, yeah, that's bad. There was a few people, like over on a 30 people class. There's also there's always like 1 or 2 people that really get it and have questions, and that is rewarding. Edge icon, load icon. So load icon is gonna require the instance. And then application icon. What icons can I use? And information error. Yeah, this is This is the most suitable. This is the most suitable icon for my application. What happened? So icon is not in the right order. Wait, can you give me the order now? So icon comes before cursor. Okay. Icon, moving up icon. You're still the number 1 crowned. And Echelin's number 2. Metsusko number 3. Who's gonna be number 4? Well, we have already filled the chat championship. So why is it not picking my icon? I want it to be the error icon. Should I waste more time on this? Probably not. I am tempted because I've done it once and I'm really tempted of doing it again. No. Okay, I have to resist the temptation, but I'll be back on this. I'm gonna leave a comment to do. Fix the icon. Make it stand out. If this was vibe coding, then I would have some AI agent do it for me. Maybe I should have something in the background that does that. Oh, I have the Gemini thing here. Let's see if it can do anything useful. There's a chat, and there is also the agent. Can you load? There's the agent. Can you generate something for me here? Let's see how long it takes to generate some random useless code. Generate. No suggestions. Okay, that's nice. A load. Change my I can't write anymore. Application icon on the task bar. Let's see what it comes. What it comes up with. In the meantime, while he is thinking, I can go back to what I was trying to do earlier, which I already forgot. So I've got the thing loading. Let me try to run it again so I can remember what I was doing. Oh, I need the resource. That's what I not have here. Okay, so that's gonna be a whole session. Just making things look a bit better, more professional. But anyway, oh yeah, I wanted to fix this this ugly looking voxel. So what is missing? To do that, I'm gonna go back to the shader and bring back my vertex color in. And actually, I'm gonna remove the selection. So comment this out and remove the selection logic. I don't even want to see the sectors. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Now it's more obvious that flipping, yeah, I think it's because of flipping. It looks better anyway, without the color-coded sectors. It should look good from the bottom. Yeah, from the bottom is still broken. Yeah, it's still broken. So I need to fix the orientation of these boxes. So from the inside, they look broken. They look broken for every possible viewpoint. And that's a job for the mesher. So as I was saying in the beginning, I've split the chunk generation into 2 bits. So if I go in the generate function, this is the blocks generator, but then there is a mesher somewhere. So I've got the mesher, which is a simple mesher, and all it does is creates a neighborhood from the data we have as the chunk data. Wait, I forgot what I was doing here. So what does this do? I should add a bit more comments. So there's a normalizer. So what does this do? Vertices. Oh yeah, okay. So this creates the vertices. So there are 2 stages in the meshing. It's not very smart. That's why it's called simple mesher. So the first stage, all it does is takes the whole chunk space, which is a 1x1 space, but then it's subdivided. I don't know if this is going to be useful in the future, but let's see. Right now, having it normalized is kind of useful. So we're gonna take this space here, and yeah, generate all the points. This is gonna generate all the points that are in the space. I don't know. I'm just gonna put some random points. Yeah, this drawing is not useful. But then it's gonna create indices for the faces. So this is gonna be the front face. This is gonna be the front face, faces for every cube. And it is, so the number of vertices is going to be the number of sectors of cubes, how do I call it? So this, if this is like a 3x3, let's make it 3x3. I think it's getting a bit too dirty. This is 0, 1, and 2. 0, 1, and 2. We're gonna need 0, 1, 2, 3 vertices, like to make things work. And so from 3 times 3 cube, we're gonna have a 4 times 4 times 4 number of vertices. And once we have those vertices, we're gonna work on getting them into faces. So the faces are just addressed or mapped. Yeah, let's say they are mapped like this. You're gonna have a cube. And not the best cube ever. And this will have faces. So this is the first face, and we're gonna call it, not the face, the first vertex, and we're gonna call it A. But then we also want B, So this is A, and A is gonna be addressed by the plane offset, which is Y by the plane size, which is Z times line. Yeah, which is the line. So this is one line. This is the length of a line. So line times line is going to be the area of each layer. If it's 3 by 3, it's going to be 9, and then the plane size, yeah, the plane size is going to be it's going to be 9, and the other one is going to be 3. Like every 3, 0, 1, 2, we're going to skip and go to the next row, and this is how the addressing will work. But in the previous version, before I switched the all the coordinates, it was working differently. So I will have to. Oh, the link description has expired. But I said not to expire. What happened there? I told it not to expire. Let me check that. How did it expire if I say it not to expire? How do I get to the link? Okay, this is the link. And it has expired. Now it should work. Yeah, it's still working for me. I can accept the invite. We got 5 members. Well, we got someone new. So it is not expired. Yeah, there are people. I'm gonna go and greet everybody. So thanks for joining. I'm gonna share my whiteboard. It's gonna be a mess, but who knows? Maybe in the future an alien civilization will come in and say, oh, look at this. This is how they did math. What a mess. They didn't know shit. Okay, so plane size, plane offset. And so the first phase is gonna be, no, actually let's begin with enlarging my space. Nice. Paint has got really nice since the beginning. Like this is crazy good. Very simple. I would probably have had this ribbon toolbar a bit smaller. So line offset, so A, this is A, this is gonna be B. I'm gonna change color. A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Now they are going in the right direction. So this, let's recall, this is Z. This is Z, and this is X. And again, this is always Y. A, B, C, and D. And then we're gonna have A, B, C, D, and then E, F. No, not that one. Let's try to maintain the same pattern. E, F, G, and H. So the front face is going to be A, E, H. So this is the first triangle. I want to draw. Oh yeah, I have layers. Yeah, I forgot that it has layers. Let's make a layer. So this is going to be. Can I make a shape? I can make a shape. One. No, this is not the triangle I wanted. Can I just make like polygon? I can make lines. Okay, that's good. That's even better. So this is gonna be 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, this looks way better. And the direction it takes. And the direction is going to be this. So this is the winding, and that should be the front because it's clockwise. And just out of curiosity, the clockwise thing comes from the pipeline creation. So during this pipeline creation stage, we get to set the rasterizer. The rasterizer is a thing that converts triangles into pixels. So it's going to be in a polygon mode, and the call mode is going to be back. So it's going to call the back of the faces, while the front face is the clockwise definition of, yeah, it's going to be the clockwise vertices. So a clockwise vertex set of vertex is A, E, and H, because well, we all know how the clock works. So let me check what I have done here. The front face is going to be A, E, and H, and that should be correct. And then A, H, and D. A, H, and D, and that is correct. Cool. So the back face, on the other hand, let's see, we can make it in a way that, so we have to look it backwards. And that is going to be C, F, and G. C, G, and F. Okay, that's already wrong. C, G, and F. C, G, and no, that's correct. C, G, and F. C, G, and F. C, G, and F. That is correct. And C, F, and B. C, F, and B. That is also correct. C, F, and B. Okay, that is also correct. So the back and the front are correct. What about the top? I think this one is the one that was not behaving good. E, F, H. E, F, H. That looks correct. E, F, and H. And then H, F, G. H, F, G. This is puzzling. But how are they defined? Because the indices are correct. Are they defined correctly? So again, this starts with Y, okay, and the Y grows up. But then Z is going to be a row. So Z is gonna be line offsetting, and that's correct. Line size, plane size, okay, so the plane offset's gonna be Y, that's correct. Then the next plane, okay, line offset isn't use it, and line offset is going to be the Z and the line size, okay. Then A is going to be and X, and X is going to move side by side. Then B is going to be A plus 1. Now, okay, this is where things are wrong. Now this is probably Z. Yes, and this is also Z. And A, no, A plus, no. Okay, no, that was also wrong. That was correct, maybe. So A, and then B is gonna be the next line. Yes, it's the next line. So B is going to be the same x, but on the next line. So it's going to be A plus a line size. Okay. And then C is going to be line size plus 1, and D is going to be just plus 1. Line offset. I'm just wondering if this X is... Yeah, the X is fine, I think. Because it's going to move it in the X direction. But also A is going to depend on the line offset, which is already Z. Okay, so that should be correct. And D, then E. E should be fine. F should be plus the line size plus 1 and only plus 1. Okay, so I think I've got the D and H wrong. And F accordingly, so this was not updated correctly during the change in the coordinate system. And now it is okay, it's working good. So this is doing a good job from the top, but it seems to be broken from the bottom. So I need to check that side of things. So it is broken from the bottom, and that is because of the bottom plane. So the bottom plane, let me quickly check the bottom plane. Bottom face is so the bottom face needs to be counterclockwise to be clockwise from the bottom. Yeah, so I will have to roll it backwards like this and like this. To do that, I'm gonna draw the triangles that make... How do I split it? I'm gonna split it like this. And it doesn't make any difference where I start from, so that's going to be A. Let's see, is that going to be... No, let me think about it. So I need it to be forward, so this it should be clockwise. I don't know. I'm just gonna try it. So let's try to make it BDA. So the bottom face BD. How can I reuse? A, B, and D. So A, B, very good. A, B, and D. This is clockwise here, but is... Oh, this is so hard. I'm gonna flip it. Yeah, let me try to flip the face. So this is gonna be A, and the D goes up, and then the C comes over here, and now we are looking it from the bottom. Okay, and that is B. So to make it clockwise, I'm gonna need B, A, and D. So let's try to do that. B, A, and D. B, A, and D. B, D, and C. B, D, and C. Let's see if this works. Is it gonna work? Top is fine. Let's go inside, and bottom is fine. So yeah, it worked. For once, we can say it worked. That is fine. It's kind of smooth. I like it. We can go even faster. We should add some acceleration. And talking about acceleration, I should have the ability to attach the controller. That should be still working. I don't have any wire, so I need to pair it. Let's go in pairing mode. Controller. Go to settings. Oh, it's connected. Is it gonna work? No, it is not working. Is it connected to the correct device? Because sometimes it says connected, but then it's not connected. No, it's not connected. Why do you say it's connected? So this is not really connected. So it says it's not connected now. Oh no, this is a mouse. So okay, it is connected to something else. I have to remove. Okay, it's trying to connect, but it cannot connect. Well, gonna need to reconnect it. Okay, I'm connected. I am connected. Let's try to run it again. Chunks are loading. And I'm going backwards. Well, that's easy to fix. At least the direction is fine, but I'm going backwards. Why am I going backwards? Because I did not update the gamepad when I was changing the axis of rotation of the world. So that should be down here. W axis. So at the beginning I had, so axis forward is gonna be positive. Is this gamepad? Right thumb. Oh no, this is the rotation, and that's fine. This is again the left thumbstick. Okay, it's gonna go forward. That should be correct, but the forward vector is, what is this? Thumbstick left forward X. Why is it on the X? This is the X. Okay. So when I go left and right, it should point to the positive X. And then this will go to the not positive Z, because we change it to DirectX, and it's going to be left-handed with positive C going into the screen. Okay, we're going into the screen, left, right, up and down, left, right. Oh, that's pretty good. That is actually pretty good. And chunk loading, it's not that bad. I thought it was going to be a bit slower. Pretty good. So the chunk loading is fast enough. I mean, it is fast enough, given that it's building in debug mode. So that should be even faster when I switch to release mode. Where is the build type? The window, all configurations. No. How do I change that? Debug. Okay, I have to add a new profile. But this is debug build, so that's pretty good to be in a debug. Can we make it even wider? I want to load in more chunks. And this is where it gets fun. So I'm pretty much done with the stream, so I'm gonna have some fun now. Everything is kind of working today. It's a good day. Let's break things, right? 5. I'm gonna make it super wide. And super wide, then okay, it's gonna take a bit longer to load. Why is everything stuck? Okay, it's loading. Okay, so it's loading 1 chunk per frame, so it might take a little while. Maybe I can load even. Oh, damn. 5. What is happening? 5. I think I went. Oh, yeah. Sorry, buddy, but I can't keep all day long. So 5 is gonna be. 5 is going to be 5 times 2 plus 1, and that's 11 to have a power times 11 times 11. Yeah, that's more than 1024, which I planned to be the maximum amount of elements that I wanted to draw. But I can change that in here. Let's bump it from 1024 to 2048. We have plenty of memory, so on the desktop at least. Maybe I have a little bit of time to check if everything is still working on the headset. Yeah, I haven't checked the headset in a while, so I expect everything to be broken. But that's fine. That's how things work, right? Sectors are loading in. Okay, there we go. Something is starting to load. And the world is loading. Slowly, but loading. Okay. I would say it's loading a bit slow though. 1 chunk per frame is probably a bit too low. I should try to make it a bit faster. Yeah, instead of doing it per frame, instead of doing it like this, 1 per frame, like flattening it into the frames, I might get into multi-threading next time. That's gonna be fun. Multi-threading is easy until it's not anymore. Still working hard and getting the things. What did I want to do? I forget. I keep forgetting what I want to do. So 2048. Yeah. Good job, man. Yeah, I'll be more active on the Discord. Like, no, it takes a bit too much time. Having the stream works, especially because I have a kid flying around me. I can't keep it away from me for too long. So yeah, let's see you in the Discord chat then. I'm gonna post some updates every once in a while. By the way, if anyone can get the the code spin. I don't know if it compiles everywhere. So thanks for joining me, 42x Gamer. You're the MVP. So see you next time. I'm pretty sure you'll be there. Cool. Bye, everyone.